Friends and family of two unaccounted Filipino migrant workers believed to be among the 220 hostages held by Hamas can just cross their fingers and pray that they are released unharmed. A policy of non-negotiation with terrorists is the rule of thumb exercised by most states, to include Israel and the Philippines. Again, PTV correspondent Bea Bernardo sat with Israel's envoy to the country for a chat, and she filed this exclusive report.
Two Filipinos are possibly among the 220 hostages held by the Hamas militant group. Israeli ambassador to the Philippines, Ilan Floss, said in an exclusive interview with PTV News, this is being validated by the Israeli government. The Israeli envoy gave no further details for the safety of the victim.
We are committed to bringing back the hostages, Israelis and non-Israelis, and it's important to remember here that we have a lot of OFWs in Israel, more than 30,000, which get the same treatment as any Israeli.
The Foreign Affairs Department said one of the supposed kidnapped victim is the same person whose wife earlier said that she recognized her husband being taken by the Hamas group in a circulating video on social media. But the department says the government has no plan to negotiate with the Hamas to free the Filipinos if this is true.
We are talking to all who may be able to help us. We are not talking to Hamas, but we are talking to governments.
It is also not an option for the Israeli government to negotiate with Hamas. Meanwhile, the remains of one of the Filipino who died in the Hamas attack on Israel has been repatriated to Negros Occidental. The embassy extended their sympathy to the family of Loretta Alacre. The family will also receive aid from the Israeli government, such as burial and education assistance. The government continues to repatriate the remains of 3 other Filipinos who were killed. Meanwhile, Floss explained the Israeli government's decision to reject the ceasefire call of the United Nations. He said they are at war and they need to destroy Hamas infrastructure and save the hostages before entering into a ceasefire agreement. The Philippines also calls for ceasefire between Israel and the Hamas group. The DFA states that civilians must receive humanitarian aid and allow those who are caught up in the conflict to leave Gaza. Floss also denied that Israel is committing war crimes as it was accused of targeting civilian facilities.
Any attack that we do, any bombing that we do, has a target, meaning facility of Hamas. And I can show you a map which shows the building and what was inside the building, which belongs to Hamas. Unfortunately, Hamas built its terror infrastructure within civilian facilities.
Hamas earlier blamed Israel for an airstrike that hit a Gaza hospital that killed hundreds of civilians. But forensic images showed the missile didn't come from Israel. Floss also said that Palestine is not an enemy of Israel and it doesn't plan to occupy Gaza. At the time he said they achieved victory against Hamas, their forces will withdraw from Gaza. Bea Bernardo for The Nation.